it's a feeling you get.
Like when you go bowling and you know you're in somebody else's shoes?
That's the one.
Before streaming, sitcom actors became household faces, then quietly slipped away. Ever wonder who vanished while the laugh track rolled on? Here's a countdown of the actors only true sitcom superfans still remember. Number 1. Ernie Sabella from It's a Living. Let's go back to the velvet banquettes and clinking glasses of Above the Top, that fictional penthouse restaurant from It's a Living. In the mid-1980s, Ernie Sabella burst onto the scene as Max, the lovably offbeat waiter who kept the laughs coming even as the series slipped into syndication. Before his unmistakable voice brought Pumbaa to life in The Lion King, Sabella was the zippy force shifting trays and comic lines across the dining room, especially during the show's last 3 seasons from 1985 to 1989. It's a Living, with its ensemble of waitresses and restaurant mishaps, slowly dropped out of daytime TV reruns, and so did Max, leaving only sharp fans with those crisp memories of Sabella's antics. His comic timing and likable goofiness gave the show sparkle, even if Emmy voters never took notice. The show faded from view, but those who tuned in on Sunday afternoons still picture Max's animated grin and impeccable apron, hustling for tips and punchlines. Though Ernie Sabella's sitcom years might have faded quietly into TV background noise, his playful spirit and knack for making every shift a party live on for true fans who remember. You can almost hear a distant order bell in Max's warm laugh, reminding us why these unsung sitcom stars are never truly forgotten. 2. Jennifer Barlow from Charles in Charge. A whiff of popcorn and a flash of UHF static brings to mind the shifting world of Charles in Charge. And if you stuck with the show through its syndicated run, you remember Jennifer Barlow as Sarah Powell. Taking over the role in 1987, Barlow joined the cast just as the sitcom moved from CBS to first-run syndication, rebooting its premise and replacing the Pembrokes with the Powells. As the sensitive, bright, hearing-impaired Powell daughter, Barlow grounded the comedy with warmth and realism, instantly becoming the girl-next-door viewers rooted for. Her chemistry with Scott Baio, playing the affably overwhelmed Charles, made their surrogate sibling bond one of the show's secret joys. But when the series wrapped its final episode in 1990, Jennifer Barlow quietly stepped out of the spotlight. There were no splashy magazine covers or spin-off rumors, just a graceful exit as the curtain fell. Unlike many of her TV siblings, she left Hollywood behind, her career frozen in a handful of episodes that only true fans remember scene by scene. Yet her presence lingered, those earnest smiles, that quick wit, and the reminder that some sitcom stars don't chase fame. They live on in memory, caught in the soft glow of reruns. Next time you catch a late-night episode, listen for her laugh. It's the sound of a show settling into its greatest comfort. Number 3. Fred Fox Jr. from Happy Days. You can almost hear the clinking of milkshake glasses at Arnold's Drive-In, but hidden among the crowd was Fred Fox Jr., a face that even devoted Happy Days fans might blink and miss. Fox played a series of recurring frat guys and background buddies throughout the late 1970s, weaving his way through the halls of Jefferson High and the endless burger-scented nights of Milwaukee. While the main cast, like Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham and Henry Winkler as the Fonz, grabbed the spotlight, Fox and his fellow side characters rounded out the bustling world that made every episode feel so lived in. Producers in those years aimed to spotlight core family and friend dynamics, gradually pushing out bit players in favor of tighter, more intimate storytelling. Fox's on-camera presence dwindled, but his behind-the-scenes talent soared. Few realize that Fred Fox Jr. became a noteworthy sitcom writer, co-penning some of the very episodes where his college kid characters once lounged in the background. His legacy on Happy Days lasted well beyond his time in front of the camera, contributing to the writing staff in the early 1980s, and even scripting the famous episode where Fonzie jumps the shark in 1977. Today, Fox's brief cameos are the quintessential Easter eggs for superfans, the faces you point at just before the scene cuts to black. Next time Happy Days flickers on, see if you can spot him. A gentle reminder that every sitcom world is made richer by its unsung extras. Number 4. Rebecca Arthur from Perfect Strangers. The sound of sitcom laughter and the shine of 80s shoulder pads bring to mind not just stars, but the unforgettable supporting players who made every episode sparkle. Rebecca Arthur was one of those gems. As Mary Ann on Perfect Strangers, Arthur gave life to the well-meaning, slightly oblivious, but thoroughly lovable flight attendant who fell for Balky's kooky cousin, Larry. Her comic timing was pitch perfect, and her chemistry with cast members like Bronson Pinchot turned Mary Ann from a simple side character into a fan favorite. For 8 full seasons on ABC, from the show's 1986 premiere to its 1993 finale, her sweet-natured antics and earnest heart made her a highlight, lifting every group scene, even when the spotlight wasn't hers. Yet after the final curtain fell on Perfect Strangers, Rebecca Arthur seemed to vanish right as ensemble sitcoms hit a new golden era. Unlike many co-stars who parlayed their sitcom runs into fresh roles, Arthur nearly disappeared from mainstream television. True fans still think fondly of her unique sparkle, vivid delivery, and those classic blue stewardess uniforms. As the curtain closed on Mary Ann, audiences never got their proper goodbye. But that's the magic of classic sitcoms. Characters like hers linger, tucked in our memories as we chase the next laugh. Number 5. Charlie Robinson from Night Court. Remember the cool confidence behind the clerk's counter on Night Court? That was Charlie Robinson, sliding effortlessly into the role of Mac Robinson in 1984 after the first season's cast change. With his crisp suits, wry asides, and straight-shooting style, Robinson became the show's calming anchor amidst all the madcap defendants and scheme-hatching coworkers. He was the guy you could trust to keep things rolling, even when the courtroom turned into a circus by midnight. Robinson's deadpan delivery not only made every punchline land even harder, but also reminded you that decency could shine in the zaniest places. Night Court held its audience until 1992 on NBC, becoming a sitcom mainstay thanks in no small part to Charlie's quiet brilliance. Yet, when the last gavel fell, Robinson's small-screen presence faded compared to the heavy hitters of the era. Sitcom tastes shifted towards snappier cuts and broader humor, leaving performers like Robinson, subtle, steady, a master of the reaction shot, outside the spotlight. For fans, he's unforgettable. The court clerk with a sly smile that signaled everything was in good hands. For others, he's one of those faces you know but can't quite name, proof that some of the best character work never chases the loudest laugh track. Like a soft jazz riff fading into the night, Robinson's legacy lingers longest with those who cherished every late-night rerun. Let's pause for a second. Did you find yourself rooting for the quiet, steady performers like Charlie Robinson? Who else from Night Court or another classic sitcom do you think deserves some love in the comments? Number 6. Olivia Dabo from The Wonder Years. You can almost hear Karen Arnold's laughter echo down a 1960s hallway. Wild, teasing, always one step ahead of her younger brother. Olivia Dabo made Karen a Wonder Years standout from the show's debut in 1988, embodying the quintessential rebellious big sister. With her flowing hair, defiant spirit, and sharp wit, Karen's scenes hit a groove familiar to anyone with a family troublemaker who insists on pushing back. Her run through the first 4 seasons wasn't just comic relief, it brought real generational tension to Kevin's world, as Karen clashed with their father, ditched dinner for protest rallies, and upended suburbia's comfort zone. But when Season 5 rolled around in 1991, the series narrowed its focus, sharpening in on Kevin's adolescent journey. That shift nudged Karen out of the main cast, leaving only a handful of guest spots in later years. For viewers, the absence was unmistakable. Gone was the sister who challenged everything and everyone, the one who showed that growing up could mean tearing down yesterday's rules. Olivia Dabo's Karen never faded from the memories of true fans. Her blend of free spirit and family friction is stitched into the fabric of the show's golden years. As Kevin's world grew up, Karen's electric presence lingered in the wings, a reminder that every coming-of-age story is shaped by forces just outside the frame. Number 7. Quinn Cummings from Family. You can almost picture her now, Annie Cooper, hair tucked behind one ear, wise beyond her years, yet never losing that earnest, down-to-earth charm. Quinn Cummings joined ABC's Family in 1978, bringing Annie to life as the bright, sensitive adopted daughter who often carried scenes with a look or a line. Remarkably, Quinn had already been nominated for an Academy Award for her role in The Goodbye Girl in 1977, an astonishing feat for a young actress. Yet, in an era when other child stars were hustling from series to series, Quinn chose a different path. After Family wrapped in 1980, she stepped away from acting almost entirely, leaving the industry with grace rather than burnout or scandal. Her decision set her apart from the typical child actor story. There'd be no sitcom comeback, no primetime soaps, just a graceful fade from the spotlight. For those who truly loved Family, though, Annie's blend of precocity and sincere warmth is unforgettable. The emotional honesty she brought to nights on ABC still glimmers in fan recollections. You don't flip channels and find faces like Quinn's every day, but real fans never forget that mix of wit, dignity, and soul. Some sitcom memories burn quietly, glowing all these years later. Number 8. Savannah Smith Bouchey from Benson. Sharp-tongued, impeccably dressed, and always ready to throw shade, Denise Stevens Downey stormed into Benson's Capitol halls courtesy of Savannah Smith Boucher. Introduced during the show's lively middle years on ABC, Denise showed up as Miss Krause's rival in the staff hierarchy and instantly came to embody the conniving, haughty office antagonist true sitcom fans love to hate. Her quick wit and sly glares brought a new twist to the governor's bustling workplace, keeping both Benson and the audience on their toes. Boucher's chemistry with Inga Swenson's Miss Krause was undeniable, their bickering igniting some of the funniest and sharpest exchanges in mid-series episodes. But like so many ensemble members of early 80s comedies, Denise's time was limited. As Benson shifted gears toward deeper political drama and main character arcs in later seasons, the secondary staff, along with their juicy subplots, were quietly edged out. After just a few seasons, Boucher slipped from the credits, her legacy living on only in the memories of die-hard fans who recall those spirited office squabbles over budget forms and pastry trays. For those who tuned in religiously, Denise Downey added vital zing to the sitcom's understated brilliance, a cracked smile in a sea of straight men. And when the dust settled, her brief but vibrant run left a bittersweet aftertaste, the kind that lingers just as the theme song fades out. Number 9. Jeffrey Owens from The Cosby Show. You probably remember Elvin Thibodeau, that charmingly awkward husband to Sandra Huxtable, who arrived on The Cosby Show scene in the mid-80s. Portrayed by Jeffrey Owens, Elvin brought a blend of earnest goofiness and genuine warmth that made him stand out from the Huxtable crowd. Joining the cast in 1986 during the series' 4th season, Owens quickly became a fan favorite, not just for his comedic timing, but for the way he could turn a sheepish grin or a stammered apology into a laugh-out-loud moment. But as The Cosby Show rolled into the early 90s, network budgets tightened and the spotlight shifted to the original Huxtable kids. Elvin's antics were seen less and less, and by the show's end in 1992, Owens' joyful presence had all but disappeared from the sitcom landscape. Where did he go? Instead of riding the momentum to other leading sitcom roles, Owens took a different path, quietly stepping out of the spotlight but never losing his craft or his humility. For true fans, Elvin's gentle spirit and relatable awkwardness are impossible to forget. There's a nostalgic longing for those kitchen table debates or his hilarious attempts to win the approval of Cliff Huxtable. Owens' low-key exit is a reminder of how even beloved characters can slip softly into TV history. For those who noticed, it's a bittersweet memory, like the echo of laughter after the credits roll, nudging us forward to remember who else might deserve a second look. Number 10. Tina Yothers from Family Ties. A snarky comment over the kitchen table, combat boots peeking out from under a floral skirt. Tina Yothers made Jennifer Keaton unforgettable on Family Ties. She joined the series in 1982, just 10 years old, and quickly became the clever, sarcastic foil to her older siblings. Audiences loved her deadpan delivery and authentic kid energy, cementing her as one of TV's classic youngest sisters. But when the show ended in 1989, Tina's presence on our screens seemed to vanish overnight. Unlike most of her castmates, she didn't leap into another sitcom or make frequent guest appearances. Instead, Tina changed her tune, literally. She stepped away from acting to pursue a career in music, fronting her own band, Jaded, and opting for life out of the Hollywood spotlight. Her choice reminded fans that child stardom can be fleeting, and that sometimes walking away is braver than chasing after the next role. Still, mention Jennifer Keaton in the company of fellow Family Ties enthusiasts, and watch the fond memories come rushing back. Her quick wit, her 1980s layered hair, denim vests, and can't-be-bothered attitude. Tina Yothers may have faded from television, but for those who grew up with Family Ties on NBC, her legacy lingers in every wisecrack and every quietly revolutionary fashion choice from the Keaton household.